Hello YouTube and welcome to another Palo Alto Firewall tutorial. So in this video I'm going to show you, or actually we're gonna perform some initial setup and configuration for our firewall. So are you ready? Let's get started. So first thing first, let's log on to our firewall. So I will use the credentials that we have set up during the installation phase. Okay, so here we go. So this is the main dashboard for our firewall. Okay, so here we can see some general information. We can see also the interfaces. So we have set up just two interfaces, one for our external network or untrusted network, and one for our internal network or trusted network. Okay, so as I told you in this video, we're gonna actually perform some initial setup and configuration. Okay, so in order to do that, there is a very important actually section that you have to go to in order to configure that. Okay, this section, as you can see here, is the device section. So I'm gonna click on this device here, and here on the left you can see a lot of sections also, and here we are interested on the setup section. Okay, so the first thing that you have to set up is of course the DNS. The DNS is very important. As we say, it's always a DNS problem. Okay, so in order to configure your DNS for your actually internal network, you're gonna go to the services tab. Okay, and simply you're gonna click on this gear here. Okay, you're gonna actually edit the services. Okay, and here you can see under the DNS settings that we can actually set up our DNS servers. Okay, or actually DNS proxies if you want. Okay, so as you can see here, it's empty, so we're gonna enter our DNS servers. So if you have an internal DNS server, you can here input the IP address of this server, or you can just use the famous one, Google DNS, which is 8.8.8.8, and also you can input the Cloudflare DNS, which is very simple to remember, 1.1.1 and .1. Okay, that's it. So you have actually set up your primary and secondary DNS servers. Okay, and also after that you have to set up NTP or network type protocol. It's very important. Why? Because as you can see, you have to know which event has happened, especially in your logs. Okay, so in order to see the exact time and date of the events on your logs, you have to set up your NTP servers. Okay, so we're gonna click on the other tab, which is NTP here. Okay, and here you can input actually the IP address of NTP server. So you can actually input one if it is internal or external, as you wish. Okay, so of course here you can input the NTP server related to your country, or you can just input, for example, here the NTP server for Google actually if you want. Okay, so let me, for example, here put the one related to Google. Okay, as simple as that. And of course, if your NTP server needs authentication, you can actually choose it from here. Okay, you can of course add another one if you want. Okay, so we have done with this services, and we click just OK, and you can see that everything now is showed on the services actually dashboard. Okay, another very important thing here that you have to keep in mind when working with the Palo Alto firewall is what we call service route configuration. So I will explain that so you have a clear vision of what does it mean. Okay, So here you have to keep in mind that in Palo Alto Firewall, it defines which interface and source IP it uses in order to initiate actually outbound traffic, especially for external services like we have set up here, like DNS or actually NTP server. So by default, this interface is actually the management plan or management interface, not the internal wall or the external wall. It's the management interface. Okay, this is the default behavior of firewall, actually Palo Alto firewalls, but you can choose that, or you can actually define that or change that using here what we call service route configuration. So if I click on this link here, service route configuration, you can see here by default, as I told you, the firewall here uses the management interface for all, but you can customize that. Okay, so if you click here on customize, you can see here the list of services that you can choose which source interface and source address it will uses. Okay, so for example, let me go here for the DNS. By default, as I told you, it uses the management interface, but you can choose that or you can define that if you want. Okay, so if I click on this DNS here, you can choose here, as you can see, the source interface. So we can choose the internal one or choose any other interface if you want. You can choose any, and same thing applies to the source address. Okay, it can use the default, which is the management IP address of the interface, or you can choose a source other than the management interface. So you have to keep that in your mind because it's very important. We will actually see that when we're gonna configure, for example, policies or other things here. Okay, so we are done with this interface here, or actually the services tab. So I'm gonna show you how to configure another thing, because we are not yet finished with our NTP server configuration, because we need actually also to set up the time zone. This is very important. So in order to change your time zone, you have to go this time to the management tab. Okay, and under general settings, you can see different things that you can choose or you can change actually, and the same thing here applies. All you have to do is to click on this gear here to edit the settings, and here, as you can see, the time zone, you can choose the one related to your country. Okay, so you can, if you are in Asia or any other country, you can choose the time that you're gonna actually use. Okay, and of course it will display here the date and time, so you can verify if it's correct or not. You can even here input the latitude and longitude of your country if you want. Okay, and of course you can also, which is also a very important thing here, change the host name of your actually Palo Alto firewall. So by default it's PA VM, because I'm using here VM under the ESXi server, but if you have multitude of actually firewalls, you can here input the host name of each firewall if you want. And of course you can also input a domain if you are using a domain in your home lab or enterprise. Okay, so this is the most important things that for the basic actually initialization in order to configure your Palo Alto firewall. Okay, and of course everything is just, as I told you, in the candidate configuration. It's not yet applied to your firewall. In order to make this running, or actually part of your running configuration, you have to convert the candidate configuration to the running config. Okay, And in order to do that, it's always the same thing using Palo Alto Firewall. Whenever you do some changes, you have to commit your changes. And in order to do that, pretty easy, pretty simple. There is a button here on the top right, commit. So I will click on this commit button and also commit in order to make the changes permanent. You can also, before doing that, preview the changes. Okay, so you can preview the changes to see actually what you have done. Okay, so the things that are on the green are the things that we have actually added to our configuration. So here it's always pretty good to take a look to see the syntax of what we have added. So for example, here you can see the DNS servers that we have actually added, and also the NTP server, and of course everything else that we have changed, like the time zone, as you can see here. Okay, and if you are good with that, you can just hit commit, and don't pay attention to this warnings here at the bottom. We will talk in the future about that. All you have to keep in mind that your commit must actually be successful in order to be sure that you have actually make your candidate configuration your running config. Okay, so as you can see here, we are almost done. And here we go, you can see the details states that the configuration committed successfully, so we are good to go. Okay, so that was just a brief video to show you the primary thing that you have to change into your settings before going to advanced features or advanced configuration. Okay, so if you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and actually leave a comment or question if you have. I will always answer them. As always, I hope it has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing. Bye bye.